Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Alex.
And this is NFGeeks.
NFGeeks.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Alex.
Delayed response.
That's all right. At least there's a response.
Of course.
Okay.
All that matters.
That's right. I still love you.
Wish I could say this time.
I know.
Yeah.
Someday.
I keep dreaming.
So what I want to talk about today is relationships. Basically, social interactions that INTJs have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And interacting with humans.
Yep.
Those times when you have to interact with humans.
Yeah, it does come in handy.
Yes.
You do require the need of others.
Okay.
Like
So-
chess, you can't just win with a queen. You need the pawns, and the rooks, and the bishops.
That's right. Very strategic.
Yep.
All right. So that actually, we'll save that for a minute. So let's hold on to that. The idea of strategically trying to manage it.
Yep.
That's I think one thing you guys try to do.
Okay.
All
yep.
of you.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Harvester does this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I want to talk about the concept first of alienation.
Okay.
Okay, because this is something I wanted to talk about in the first video we made, but it was neither a strength nor a weakness or a limitation, but sort of simultaneously as a strength and limitation.
Right.
So I find that a lot of INTJs feel alienated.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, and you're not happy about it sometimes. Sometimes you're okay. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes you're not happy about it, and you wish somebody would understood you and accepted you.
Yep.
And that you don't feel you're doing anything wrong that would warrant the alienation. You're just
Right.
trying to be truthful, perfect. Why do I have to be the freak?
Right.
When
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
Does this resonate?
Yeah. Makes
Okay.
sense.
So that's one thing. So you want to be accepted. At the same time, though, I find that some INTJs, and you can tell me if this is you, it might not be.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time they're experiencing that in their complexity, they also sort of relish in the fact that they're alienated. That, like, you know what? I'm not like you. I'm not one of you.
Definitely.
I am outside of you,
Definitely,
and thank goodness,
yes.
because you are mutations or, monkeys
Absolutely,
or whatever.
Yes.
And so there's this weird thing going on where, like, you don't like being alienated, and you want somebody to accept you, but at the same time, you relish in the fact that you're an alien.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so how does that fit into your life, your world?
It fits in perfectly, really.
What are some examples of it? That kind of thing.
Oh, goodness.
It doesn't have to be literal, but...
Right, just basically, just like whenever I meet a person, really, I have to, they have to prove to me that they're smart. And they have to...
So INTJ, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they have to prove to me that they are smart, and that they are worthy, and that, I generally go in meeting a person thinking, okay, they're stupid, but I'll give them the benefit of a doubt, and I'll get to know them, and then, like, if I stick around with them and continue hanging out with them, I'm like, okay, this person does have a head on their shoulders. That sounds good. Or if I generally don't, or if I kind of avoid them, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not really interested. They're not like they don't meet my requirements. They'll never understand me. I'll never understand them. So I'm not going to waste my time.
Are there specific Myers-Briggs types where you feel that happens? Where you experience that? Or is it just individual basis? Like, is there a type that you have a problem with?
There is. It's mostly an individual basis. I wouldn't say it's limited to anyone in particular, because there are fellow NTs I have met where I have felt that alienation from. I'll never understand them, and they'll never understand me.
Really? Even though they're NTs?
Even though they're NTs, yes.
Wow.
Even though they're INTJs, yes.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's interesting you should say that, because I forgot to say this in the last video about thwarting an INTJ.
Mm-hmm.
In an actual debate, as you're defining it,
Mm-hmm.
as you define it as an INTJ, I find that the only thing that can beat an INTJ is another INTJ.
Yeah.
Which happens to have a more complex, better theory, better facts. So only an INTJ can beat an INTJ.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yes.
yeah.
So the superior INTJ will win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, but even other INTJs, you've had alienation, bad
not
relationships?
Many. Not many, because I haven't met many INTJs.
Right, there's not like a million
No,
of them.
no, there's not. But most of them I do get along with, and even if I disagree with them, I still enjoy their company, and I still find them interesting. I like hearing their views, even though I may disagree. But really, like, it's only like one INTJ that I never really got along with, actually, to tell you the truth.
Oh, wow.
And but yeah, that's about it. But other than that, I get I find that the SPs are my opposite temperament.
Sometimes it depends.
Yeah. I find that the SPs they're pretty easy to convince.
That's interesting.
They're pretty easy to convince. I mean, because they just like you just tell them something like, oh, that's cool. I'll do that. But the problem is that someone else will say something to them, and then they'll kind of go with that.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of keep them in line, basically.
Yeah, that's why the friend of the NT are the SJs, because they want some complex system to work in, protect.
Yeah.
You know.
SJs, I can get along with SJs if they agree with me. If they don't agree with me, then I can't get along with them. Because
sure.
No matter how hard you try to argue with them, they just will not get it.
No, right. In fact, they don't care. They're following this very set of rules.
Right.
You know, this is why, like, I think NTs sometimes have problems with cops. Because NTs might have this very rational reason that's precise and correct. No, that's not what happened. And the cop is like, we don't care.
Right.
They don't care at all.
Yeah.
You're going to the back of the car. And that's an SJ point of view.
That's never happened to me, but
no, but you can see that. Though.
Okay, I can see it somewhat. NFs. I mean, NFs. I enjoy NFs. I enjoy their company, and they get a little too clingy. No, not clingy, but they get too like attached to their emotions. They get
clingy is an acceptable term.
Like basically, like there are times where with the NFs, I have to kind of like just slap them across the face, kind of just tell them like, you know, snap out of it, okay?
Yeah. And that's just what we want to happen.
Yeah. Like a very good example of this is with Kirk and Picard in Star Trek Generations, the movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
When Picard was in his limbo and he saw his family on Christmas when they died, he was sad, yes, anybody would be. But he was able to realize, okay, they're not real, I have a job to do. And he left like a good NT. Kirk, however, was trapped in his own limbo, and he couldn't. And the only thing that's different between Kirk and Picard is that Kirk is a feeling type and Picard is a thinking type.
That's right.
And Picard had to slap Kirk across the face and be like, "Get over yourself. You know, we got something to do." So that's probably the one thing that bothers me about NFs is that like they get too sunken into their emotions, and you know you kind of have to like slap them across the face and tell them, "No, don't do it." And that they're more likely to believe in ridiculous ideas.
Like what?
Like that NFs have this strange connection with each other.
Okay, but every NF watching knows that that's absolutely true.
And
look, I've had emails from people who says that they have an NF connection with me from watching this, and they're right because I can sense it too. Again, you have to be an NF. I know he doesn't. You're
sensing something from someone you've never even met.
Yes, and that is what's so awesome about NF is that we can transcend even the laptops. Look, this happened recently with an INFJ who sent this beautiful poem to NFGeeks. And I won't play because you won't get it.
No, I won't.
But it recently happened. She said to me, she said, Mike, I have this connection with you when I know I have this connection with you just from talking, and my God, I thought the same thing when I was watching her.
Okay, that's called a stalker.
No,
that's called a psychopath.
No,
that is a psychopath.
No, she was no. She's an INFJ. INFJs can do that. They're the strongest in this kind of thing.
No, NFs can be creepy. Okay.
Oh sure, there's immoral versions, right?
Yes,
there's immoral versions and mentally ill versions of all 16 times. Yes, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And please, you're one to talk about creepy for INTJ. My God.
Yeah, but I'm not a stalker, though. I mean,
no, this person wasn't a stalker either. We were having a dialogue.
No, if they're writing a poem to you and saying
No, they weren't writing the poem to me personally. They were reciting a poem that they wrote.
That still just doesn't sound
right.
No,
that's totally NF. Of course, this is what NFs do. This is how we communicate.
No, if someone did that to me, I would be like extremely weirded out.
Yes, I know, and and Alex, I'll have you know that I would stop anybody, any NF that said, "I think Alex needs a poem." No, he doesn't.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
He doesn't need a poem.
But
I need a poem. You send one to me, but you don't send one to him. That's a terrible thing to do.
But with getting along with other NTs, I mean,
sure.
For the most part, I find it very easy, and very enjoyable. And I actually enjoy the company of NTs Probably more than anyone else, really.
Well, that's cool.
But
I can see that. I have an obviously, since this is NFGeeks, I have an affinity for NF, so that makes sense to me. You like your own tribe,
right? Exactly, yeah. But basically, like, I feel like the extroverted NTs, I just feel like, I don't always get my view out across all the time.
That's interesting.
In a way, that's not really so much a bad thing, because I do enjoy hearing their views, and I do enjoy listening to them.
Do you have any connection or relation to, like, which one do you see more of? Do you know anybody who's like an ENTJ or an ENTP? Like, by specifically?
I also don't know too many ENTPs.
That's funny, because neither do I.
Yeah, but I would like to get to know some, but because they do seem pretty cool. But
you would actually have a great balance with that,
right?
Because ENTPs are good inventors of systems, so they'll come up with a great idea and say, hey, you know what? It might be possible to build this thing. And the INTJ is the one who says, no, but if you changed it to this and you took that part out, you could actually make this other thing that would kind of work that way.
Yeah.
And then you'd plug it in and it would work.
Yeah.
So they're a good ENTP, INTJ. I find is a great team.
But no, I do know a couple ENTJs, and I do enjoy them. They're very interesting. I find them very funny too, because
That's interesting.
they're very, very good at busting balls, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, that's true.
I find that hilarious.
Yes.
Even when they do it to me, I find it hilarious because
Yes.
I can take a joke. I'm a big boy. So
yes, we actually know a redheaded together.
Yes, we do.
ENTJ.
We do. Yes.
Charlemagne.
Yeah, Charlemagne.
That's his nickname, Charlemagne.
Clever nickname, by the way.
Yes, especially for him.
Yeah.
Yes, Charlemagne is a good balls buster,
and that's funny.
and not in a mean-spirited way.
No, it's funny. I enjoy it.
But he'll bust your ball.
Yeah, and I find it hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. But INTPs. I mean, I enjoy INTPs. They're good too. But it's almost like they ask too many questions and they don't have enough answers.
Yes, and that can be exasperating for the INTJ. In fact,
Right.
I've seen the biggest arguments I've ever seen within the NT community has actually been between INTPs and INTJs. Now, granted, it's not the screaming, crying meltdowns that go on with NFs,
Yeah.
but the real, like, absolutely
battle of
not
wits.
seeing each other's
Yeah.
point of view and kind of getting annoyed.
Right. Yeah.
It's been INTP,
What I noticed with the
INTJ.
INTPs, is that they'll disagree with me on something, and they'll give a different viewpoint. Like, because INTPs are more concerned about the journey, whereas
Yes,
INTJs
that's a great
INTJs are more concerned about the actual
result.
actually getting there.
Yes.
And
Goal.
another INTJ told me that, actually. That's where I got it from.
Yes,
And,
and that's a great assessment of both.
Right, and basically, whenever I'm debating with an INTP, they'll say something, and I'll be like, okay, but wouldn't that essentially lead you to the same conclusion? And they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, but it'll be a little different because the journey will be different. I'll be like, but you'll reach the same end result. And I'll be like, oh, well, not entirely. And I'm like, yeah, you kind of will. And that's pretty much the main disagreement I have with INTPs.
Is this any specific INTP? Because I recognize the voice a little, I think. I don't know. Is this an INTP that we know? Or is this just one that you know?
One that I know, but he doesn't go to the academy.
Ah, yes, okay.
But,
this is Megatron's brother.
Yes.
Man
Yeah.
boy.
Yes, yeah. Megatron is the only INTJ that I am not on good terms with anymore because of certain circumstances. Which is unfortunate because I even though I disagree with him, I did enjoy his views.
Well, the funny thing is, which is a classic INTJ thing to say about each other. That's great. But it's funny because I heard his voice. You mimicked his voice just enough that I knew it was him. You said it just enough. I was like, I know who's saying that. But that's right. That is exactly what he says. He is an INTJ.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I could hear him saying that perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. Anything else you want to say about the social interactions of INTJ? Have the final word?
Just be prepared for a debate. And just say something that'll get an INTJ thinking. They'll if stumping if you can stump an INTJ and get them thinking, that's actually good. An INTJ will enjoy that.
That's true.
And don't be surprised if they respond back to you like a week later. Just saying, I thought about what you said, and I have an answer to that.
Oh, good.
Don't be surprised by that. Expect that if you stump them.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thanks, Alex.
Have a good one.
Perfect.
Yes.